Hello, Scix again. Welcome to my readers, all two of you. New episode coming up. I've done a few things since last episode, and I'm going to run through quickly. Just a brief little montage. I built a little cottage in the valley behind the asylum, and behind the little cottage I made another hollow tree secret tunnel. I'm going to show you very quickly how that works. Logs to either side of the main trunk of the tree, making a little U shape. If you want to come up out of the tree and not actually come out on the ground level, you can put a fourth log blocking the whole thing entirely. And I may wind up doing that with this one. I wound up over-trimming the tree, so it looks kind of dumb from the outside. I will probably either chop it down, or if I can get some other trees to grow right up next to it, they'll kind of mesh together. So cut the ladder up the inside of the tree. You're going to want to cut away some of the foliage. And then back inside, in this case, I decided to put the secret entrance in a closet, which is a little bit obvious as things go, but one works with what one has. And I think I could have done this more efficiently than I did. As is, I had to make a too-deep closet so that I could have both the hole and the door. So it kind of takes up more room than I had originally planned. I could have cut into the back wall, but that would have made it visible from the outside. I could have incorporated it in the chimney somehow, probably. But for now, this is what it is. It's a secret passage, all right. But the residents of this particular cottage aren't quite as sneaky as some. The priest hole in the temple is not really well hidden either. I do plan to do something about that as well. And the ladder works better on the other side. And there we go. When I start the actual video, I'll show you the finished cottage. And then up in the tree, I'll cut some of the foliage away and make a little room up there. And you can lay down more logs to make an unobtrusive stairway. The other thing I did was I lit this big dome space. As you can see, it's all very bright. There's the cottage from the outside. You can't get a great view. As you see, I made smoke coming up out of the chimney, out of wool, and I lit it. Okay, so that's it. So now, onto the new stuff. Okay, and we're back. And I've just wasted an awful lot of time hitting the record button backwards. You know, the deal where I think I'm hitting record, and I'm hitting stop, and I think I'm hitting stop, and I'm hitting record, so I have a whole lot of footage of the pause button and of me talking to someone saying, no, it's okay if you interrupt, I can just pause. If you hear any background noise, I've got roommates kicking around, and dogs, and crying babies, and buffalo, and, you know. Alright, you don't need to look at the pause menu any longer. I had a few things I was going to do today. I've already done some of them. I'll go back and review later. But right now, we're going to visit the floating island, and we're going to make it more awesome. The island itself, there's a cow up there. It started out pretty awesome. I planted the trees up there. I'm going to make a fountain. I have but one bucket. I want to make an awesome fountain, so I'm going to get a couple buckets. No, I think there's enough room up there to make an infinite water, and I'll show you how to do that, if you didn't happen to catch me doing it for farming. Blather, blather, blah, blah, blah. Whee! So this, as you may or may not know, is the boathouse. I've gotten really fond of creating places around the town and having storage boxes with themed elements. I'm going to put in the library some books, some paper, some ink, and some feathers. When 1.6 comes around, and in theory they will have books that you can write in, then I'm going to go nuts with backstory. The more I do this, I mean, some of these places, they have names. There's Asylum Mount, there's, you know, etc., etc., etc. Made this little bridge across there. The swimming sucks. Oh, I did make steps up. That was going to be step 1 here. So this is the closest approach to the island. I think that tree has to go. It's in the way. Do I have a working axe? I do. I wish it were possible to set ladder on nothingness. Because then I just throw a ladder up in midair. It's going to hang on something, and it won't look as awesome that way. Stupid cow. So what I'm going to do is use stone half blocks. And I'm going to make a floating staircase. As you may recall, I did in the Tower of the Asylum. Finish going away! It would be kind of neat but less convenient if trees would fall over when you cut them down. Alright, so the way to go about this is to make the stairway in dirt, and then lay the slabs on top. That's the simplest way. And with any luck, I won't be falling down through this process, but no guarantees. I seem to fall down a lot when I do anything high up in the air stuff. Let's see. Alright, I'll go a couple more, and then I'll make a turn. And then, since there's no real way for me to light this, I was wondering what I should do for safety's sake, if anything. And what I came up with for an answer is, I don't know. I could make the stairs double wide. I could make a railing, which would be kind of a hassle, and I would probably have best results doing it while I'm up here. And it would float in midair, which normally I don't like. This is actually going fairly well. Normally I wouldn't like that, but since I've already established the floating staircase phenomenon, it wouldn't stand out as wrongness. Oh, looks like we're already here. And then what? And then I think we'll wrap around the side of the island. One of these times I'm going to be hitting caps lock instead of shift, and I'm not going to be squatting over the edge. Let's see, I think actually I'm going to do this, and this, and then still got a ways to go. So this part is kind of the pain in the ass part. It should be easier now that I'm a bit more experienced at this sort of thing. Every large structure I've done dirt scaffolding, and often... Whoop, whoop, bit of a lag there. We're here. Do that. Hello, cow. You are in the wrong place. Stone slabs on top of each step is how we're going to go from here. And it's going to look all kinds of precarious and unsafe, and the reason for that is it will be. I might do it double wide. It would be a little safer. And I think I could do that without too much trouble from this setup. Cow doesn't sound happy, does he? Oops. There. We are on the mountain. Right, you know what? Go away. The critters would survive more if they wouldn't get in the way so much. Alright, and of course on the way back down I'll knock out all the soil, but I'm going to make it bigger. Maybe not as much in this direction, because I don't want to overshadow the stairs by that much. And then trees. There's a sheep. Shit! Landed in the water, though. So I'm safe. I knew that was going to happen. Where's the access? Okay, how do I get up there from here? What have I done? Alright, I know I've gone up the, there we go. And then, there's steps there. Everybody having fun? Did any of you actually answer? Because this is a recording, you know.
Can I answer?
No. In some of my more complicated projects, I spend a ridiculous amount of time going around knocking down the dirt scaffolding. Yeah, so for today I'm just going to finish the staircase and do a little bit of planting on the floating island and call it a day. And I think tomorrow, I see you weren't recording when I was talking about it earlier, tomorrow I'm going to go on a quest for cactus. Because there is none here, and it's as good an excuse as any to go exploring. And to make the interior walls of the asylum, I want them to be pale green. And there's no other way to make green. Yellow and blue make green, but not in the world of Minecraft flower dyes. There. I don't think I should be hitting that. Really? What am I hitting? Alright, that tree is not going to grow, apparently, because I put it down ages ago. Alright. Doo-doo-doo. Okay, and the waterfall I'm going to make go down here. Yes? Did you hear that? There's an ambient sound way up here. That's madness. Alright, I'm gonna make, I think here is, nope. Gotta find a piece where there's more than one layer deep. I know there's more than one layer deep somewhere. Well, I guess for now we'll just do one bucket rather than making infinite water, because I don't seem to have anywhere to make it. I guess I should have taken a better look. I could make I used up all of my dirt. Okay, I'm just not going to be able to do everything I want to do from here. Crap, I still need 2 buckets to start it. I fail. Okay, next time. Or possibly later this time. See me waste time. What I am gonna do is put the fountain back. I'm gonna give it a little bit of chance and ride it down. Whoop. Stay inside. Whoosh. Ow. Dummy. That's lovely. Get some more water. I've still got only the 1 bucket. Alright. Bear with me. I'm going to make a... Ooh, look, I'm picking up dirt. I want to make a 3-wide fountain. Huh. Odd-shaped piece of land out there. Can I get up from this side? Sorry, it's dark. When I look at the video, if it's really dark, I'll try to lighten it up like I have for other things. Now I'm confused. That I can't see where I am from here. Hastrish. Guess I'll have to start from somewhere familiar. I'm ridiculous. I get lost in my own driveway. Where is the darn floating island? Nope. I'm gonna make this easier on myself. I was way over there. How did I get so out of the way? Weird. Okay. Well, I was gonna go take a nap, but I think I'll do this here. I don't have a bed on me, do I? No. So while I'm playing on peaceful, I can sleep anywhere. So, as I started to talk about, tomorrow I'm going to go on a quest for cactus. And, how do I get up? I just did it. And last time I went on a quest for cactus, I did not find cactus, but I did find, lots of pumpkins, which is awesome. Oh, I missed some. Oh no, that's part of the thingy. But I also found a really awesome place. You know, one of those amazing Minecraft spots with a pig now, with high, beautiful. Here, waterfalls. There we go. This end. And one at that end. And if I draw from the middle, it's infinite. Goodbye, pig. No? Could have sworn that was going to wash him over. It's a little crowded up here. I really need to expand it. There. And since I have this, I might as well add 2 more. Because I can. Oh, wow. Pull that in so we actually wind up with more property. And I kind of want to expand it. Maybe it can go around the tree. What do you think? There. It honestly doesn't matter much except for my own personal aesthetics. There. Lovely. Let's see if I can ride down without hurting myself. Isn't that lovely? And that can also be a way to go up. That's nice. That's really nice. And I can't really light the stairs, because you can't put things on the steps. I think I'll just leave it as it is. So, there's that. The other thing I wanted to do before I sign off was show you the cottage I made. You saw a bit of a clip of it in the opening sequence. Yay for punching sheep. I don't know if I finished my story about the quest for cactus. I've got the, I found a beautiful place like that, and I kept the coordinates. So I'm gonna go find it, and, explore there. And in addition to looking for cactus, I'm going to ideally make a path home using my compass. What happened last time was kind of funny. I found this thing, as farthest away I'd ever gone, as far as I could tell, and I went roaming around, circling the neat mountains and cliffs. Then I saw something glowing over the hill. You know what it was? It was that. Oh, falling down. I did the thing that you do when you're lost in the woods. You think you're going straight, and you circle. Let's just take a look at this from the outside. Other ideas, I plan to put a churchyard in, a little cemetery near the church. I'm going to make more roads. I'm going to obviously finish the inside of this. I'm going to expand the catacombs underneath. What else? I'm going to make connecting roads to all the various bits and pieces. Oh, this isn't even the side I was going to go on. Alright, let's see if I can survive this. Woo! I'm going to do more spelunking. There it is. Isn't that cute? And then I've got the plume of smoke off the chimney. And I lit it for verisimilitude. I used birch logs in the original texture pack. I didn't really like it. I like this better, but it still may be too dark, the lines. This is a cute little cottage. Put a bed here because I often want to sleep while I'm working on something. This was quick. This was like an afternoon. Love the fireplace. Upstairs, floating stairs. Unfinished room up here. We've got the inside of the roof. We've got the rafters. Dawn is coming up. We will end in just a few seconds. Ugh, I keep going down the wrong way. We'll go through here. Should probably put a light down here, because when I go off peaceful, something can spawn in the tunnel. And here's the tree. And I have the option of expanding the tree somewhat. You can actually plant trees on trees. They don't always grow, but sometimes they do. You can plant things close to, and sometimes they grow, and sometimes they don't. That's been there a while. It doesn't look like it's going to grow. And you can also put vertical logs here, so it'll be like a really big tree base, which looks less stupid when it's a tall tree. This is clearly kind of dumb, and I might cut the whole thing down, grow another one. There's a lot of randomness to the way the trees grow. Whether you get a tall one, or a short one, or a squat one, or one that spreads. Ain't that cute? I think it's adorable. It just struck me that we needed some more houses. This maybe is the asylum director's house. I don't know. And I think actually before I sign off, I'm going to punch this sheep, which you know is one of my favorite things. And that doesn't look too bad from that side. They make a tight little copse there, it won't show off so much. A big part of the building is just sitting on one layer of soil. If they ever introduce real physics to this game, I'm screwed. I also won't need to create a path up from there that's a bit more, you know, sure than this sort of hopping up the ridges. All that ambient noise. I'm gonna take my padded rooms downstairs and make them one big room, I think. That's not where I'm going. It lags a bit. I think that's probably when Fraps switches from one video to the next. It does, I don't know, 7 minutes or so. Yeah, interior walls, this is not going to be all one big gallery when I'm done. This runner is going to be that way because that'll be a hallway. The asymmetry of it will not matter. And I don't think it matters a lot anyway. But that's just me. I think this may turn out to be the director's office. We've got a desk, we've got a filing cabinet, slap some bookcases in, slap a chair behind, possibly, though I should probably make it 3 wide so I can put the chair in the middle. although 3 wide wouldn't center on the door. All these things center on the window. But I think this may be his office, and if I do the thing where I hide keys to specialized places in the director's office, I'll do it there as buttons. So there's this big gallery, which might be a day room, or it might be a dorm. There's the overview of the lower gallery. I know I've shown this off, but I'm proud. This is a big structure. Still lots of snow to take out. You've got this area. I don't know what it'll be. I've got the carpet runner going around the side. Do I have any brown wool on me? I do. Do I have a pick on me? That's a hoe. I do. So we're going to add 3 more, but not by hitting it with my torch. I've got a few, like, carpet projects. That's sort of how I work. That's my, I know there's possibility of dyeing. Brown is hard to come by. It's cocoa beans or coffee beans. I don't remember. Cocoa beans, I think. This big gallery also needs to be filled in. This is going to be the library, I think. No. Library's upstairs from here. So this is going to be an office as well. I panicked for a bit because I put a lot of things in the library and that room was bare. And this room, maybe a little dorm, maybe someone's office. Probably shouldn't be a dorm because we've got this place people can jump off. I'm going to put a dispensary, a drug room with a little half-door window. Things like that. This is an open gallery. That is a rug because of the blockiness of the game. I mean, this is obvious to you, but unless I want to make my ceilings double thick, any rug in one room is a ceiling decoration in the other. Because that's got a jack-o'-lantern right in the middle, that's also a light source. This room, with the ladder wainscoting and the overhead lighting, that's a good view of the cottage. This could be the director's office, and that could be the director's cottage. I don't know. I simply just have to make up my mind and decide, rather than waffle about making the right answer and possibly getting it wrong. My goal at some point is to consider this finished, or finished enough, and upload the map somewhere for other people to play around in. I very possibly repeating myself here, because I don't remember what was recorded and lost and what wasn't. Okay. Isn't that pretty? It's just all suspended right on the one glowstone block. This is the library. There. With shelves, a little work table or desk, some more shelves. I'm going to put in more bookcases, and a chest with books in it. And you know what? I have yet to see a squid, so finding ink will be another quest. Things that on other maps are all over the place, I just have a hard time finding. Did I keep any cobblestone? Yeah. I'm going to throw a few in the tower wall. I'm going to, have to make a big, just a day of it and finish the tower. And it probably won't be particularly interesting. Alright, so this is probably one of the best views. I'm going to take a look over the domain. Okay, and as I've mentioned before, I would really love some feedback. What would you like to see me do? Would you like to see me build more things? Do you have an idea for something I've already said I'm building? Do you want to see me explore more or fight more? I tell you, when I go on the quest, I'm going to go off peaceful so that we can actually do some battle and I can show off the skins I've done on the enemy mobs. Do you want to see... I don't know what. What do you think of the texture pack? I mean, it's still a work in progress. Is there something you particularly like? Something you particularly hate? I don't guarantee I'll change anything, but I'd like to know. Something I should add to the paintings? Or subtract from the paintings? I haven't shown them all off. Okay. This will be my parting shot. So, please, 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 leave feedback. If you want a thumbs up or favorite, that would be awesome. Simply because that moves it up the list and so other people can see it. And here's me kind of humming and hawing. Sort of like when you're on the phone and you say goodnight. No, you say goodnight. No, you say goodnight. I need a catchphrase to sign off with. Let me know if you think of one of those as well. Good night, folks.